Welcome back to the Sullivan Tire Postgame Show. Thanks for staying with us through the senior festivities. We're here with head coach Haley Chandler. And, Coach, obviously a split today. You know, a good, solid win in the first game and a good effort late in the second game. What's kind of your overall thoughts just on the day in general?
Yeah, we needed to get at least one today to kind of like boost us in the standings. We're still kind of sitting in that sixth spot. We're hoping for two. You know, they smashed right off the bat in the second game, so it took us a little bit to get going. But I mean, we hit the ball in the second game. We just kind of hit it right at people.
Yeah.
Just it's the pits. But sometimes it happens. You just hit it right at people. So you know, we got to make sure that we can come out hot too. Make sure our energy is up super high when we start our second game. But super satisfied in the first game. You know, coming out hot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw Vander Linden pitched really. I mean, she pitched almost 130 pitches. So I don't even know how you do that, first of all. But then kind of as you kept seeing her, you know, come out each inning, were you almost thinking, was that giving your team confidence?
I guess, I mean, there's like confidence in seeing the same pitcher over and over. Yeah, you know, seeing a pitcher twice is always helpful. But she was, you know, moving her locations well. And, you know, it was a tight zone today in the second game too, which was a little tough for us. But yeah, there's a little comfort there. I wish that we could have, you know, hit it a little bit more, like kind of like in our gaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, she threw really well.
Yeah, and then on your side of things, pitching-wise, Carissa did a really good job pitching in the first game, and then Lila did her thing, you know, to end that game, and then struggled a little bit at the start of this second game. But what are your thoughts, you know, with your bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, Carissa's a dog. They're both dogs, like her and Lila. They throw the most innings around here. Carissa, you know, Carissa has an injury, and she throws the way that she throws, and it is admirable. And she is an absolute animal out there. She'll get right in your face, like literally with the ball. And then Lila coming in. Lila's a dog too. She just throws absolute gas. She hits her spots. She doesn't get rattled. You know, it's tough strike zone in the second game. But she keeps her cool. And then we bring in Liv Sowers, who is very different from both of them. She's a lot of junk ball. And sometimes that's enough to just like bring Lila back in so that we change their vision. We change how they're swinging, how they're approaching, and then you bring Lila back in to close it down.
Absolutely. So, you know, it's your first season back here after a good career. What do these seniors kind of mean to you, you know, on this big day?
They're great. I can't say enough really great things about them. I mean, they also kind of picked me. You know, they helped. They were a big part of the interview process. And they, you know, they're the five of them that we keep calling them dogs because they're dogs and they work really hard and they push their teammates. And they're special. You know, they're my first senior class. So they're special to me. I hope that I hope they come back, and I hope that, like, you know, having such a successful season so far I hope that it like feels good, and that they come back because they're like, you know, my senior year, I really liked it. You know, I hope they come back.
Yeah, exactly. Build like a good alumni culture.
Yeah.
So we'll hope for more home games this year. 6 road games left, 4 in the conference. What are the thoughts on just the end of the season?
Yeah, especially in those conference games, like first of all, we got to stay healthy, and we got to get as many W's as possible because, you know, the LEC tournament is in our grasp. Yeah. You know, we got to come out hot in all of our games, especially our conference games, and just, you know, play our butts off. Yep. So we got to get those W's so we can make it to the tournament.
Well, best of luck. Congratulations on the win today, and then also just congratulations to your seniors.
Thank you.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College athletic program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Sullivan Tire postgame show. It is still the pregame and the postgame show, and it won't be going away. Today's game on the Owls Media Network is brought to you by the New Hampshire Army National Guard. Visit nationalguard.com/NH or call 1-800-GO-GUARD. New Car Nissan of Keene, your premier new Nissan and used car dealership near Keene. Discover the new car difference. American Steel Fabricators. Visit AmericanSteelFab.com. Fenton Family Dealerships, the tri-state area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, locally owned since 1986. Fieldstone Land Consultants, a professional engineering, land surveying, and environmental services company serving New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, and Maine. The Melanson Company, commercial and residential roofing since 1932. Engelberth Construction, we build relationships for life. Sullivan Tire, located on Winchester Street in Keene. We're always here to get you there. Noise Volkswagen, we look forward to guiding you in your Volkswagen journey. And by the Best Western Plus Hotel, located at 401 Winchester Street in Keene. Thank you for joining us here today. Keene State gets the first game of the doubleheader, loses the second game 5-3 to Rhode Island College. We'll be back later this week and still live right now with some action for men's lacrosse as they play UMass Boston. I'm Carson Flake signing off. Have a good weekend.
The 0-1. That one fielded into left over the head of Duclos. Picard will score. Here comes Witterman. The throw is not in time. And Liv Whittier with a 2-run double to start the scoring.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.